for someone who wants to improve their running, particularly say maybe for their 5 or 10K, how would you go about improving that goal?
My favorite thing to do is definitely track sessions, specifically intervals. So I think intervals single-handedly helps me to get my 10K time down so much. So the start of the year, I made it one of my goals to actually try and do one track session a week.
Yeah.
Where we'll just go through like maybe 6K total, and we just literally will just repeat laps, maybe doing it in a pyramid style. So we'll go like 400 meters at one pace, minute rest, 600 meters, 800, so on, working our way back down. And I definitely feel like doing things where you're going faster than race pace is just so good for actually dropping that, I guess, dropping your comfortable pace down. So yeah, I definitely recommend doing any kind of interval training.
Yeah, I haven't really done much of that. I mean, back in the day when I was trying to get better at running in general, this is before I even done a half, I used to do like a lot of sprint training on the sand because I used to live on the beach. Yeah. That was good fun. But like since then, sprinting has not been part of my program. There'll be like a faster run in general, especially like this year, but nothing crazy in that aspect. What about in terms of differences? Would there be any, if you would say training for your first half marathon or marathon, would you find there'd be a difference in the training then between that and what you just said?
Yeah, so I think you could still incorporate interval running if you're training for something longer, like a half. I still think it would be good, especially if you're going for a specific time.
Yeah.
If you're someone who just wants to do a half for fun or for charity, something like that, you'd obviously shift more towards the longer distance running, where you're focusing more on just keeping your heart rate low, but also going at that challenging pace. Strength work is a massive thing too. So your body is obviously under a lot of pressure during those long runs.
Yes.
So it's important to build up that strength in your legs, and just so you can absorb that impact.
Yeah, 100%. Especially when your volume increases, so the amount of runs that you do per week, and then over time when you're progressively overloading by doing longer runs, you need to have really like resilient.
Oh yeah. Honestly, what I've noticed recently, I think coming towards the end of this training block, just my lower back is so sore because my glutes are so tight. So I think the biggest thing that I've taken away from that is next time I go into a block of training, just do so much more work on hamstrings and glutes and strengthen those just to take some of that impact off my lower back.
Yeah, no, fair enough. Like my glutes, especially like glute medius, like really, really tight. And so I have like a monthly chiro maintenance session.
Yeah.
And that definitely just like keeps things
so
like,
nice.
You know, somewhat. Yeah, exactly. You know, just for injury prevention, especially for like all of the challenges I've done this year. But can't believe that I still managed to do a ton of different running style events, especially going from doing my first marathon in March, then going to an ultra.
Yeah, that is insane.
And I didn't like drastically change the running. I mean,
Hey, just a quick announcement before we return to the podcast. If you're someone who's been feeling a bit stuck lately, maybe you're switching careers, rebuilding your routine, or just trying to get your life together, I get it. That's exactly why I write the Midweek Motivation newsletter, where every week I share real, honest thoughts on training, mindset, and the messy process of figuring life out. Especially for guys like us, we're in our 20s and 30s, just trying to get ahead in our careers, fitness, and performance. It's short and it's personal, and it might just give you the push you need during the middle of the week when it's least motivating. You can subscribe using the link in the show notes below, or go to substack.com and search up Midweek Motivation. All right, let's get back to the podcast.
Between the marathon and the ultra, I didn't go any more than, I say, 20Ks into the training. And probably like maybe not the wisest thing, but there was two big things that was like helping me with that. One was prioritizing the limit lifting and just doubling down on the strength aspect. So I upped my accessories. So not only I was still obviously snatching and doing clean and jerks, but there's more squats, more RDLs, like say back extensions, or I guess GHDs for strengthening up posterior chain. Obviously like working, calf raises and isolating those muscle groups there. But the second things I had in April, my other running challenge I did was, they've heard of the Goggins 4x4?
Oh no.
Yeah, so that was like it's a lot of volume, right?
Yeah.
Such a short period of time. So that was like a halfway point. And that was like a good test to see like how my body would hold up after that. And it did pretty well. So that was like a good indicator, like, if I can do that, like that's 77 Ks in 2 days. I could run 100 Ks one day.
Yeah, honestly, that is. I think he talks about that in his book actually, and it is just insane.
Yeah. Have you read both books?
No, I've only read the first. Can't Hurt Me, isn't it? That is honestly as like cringe as it sounds, but that book is like just life changing. Like just listening into how he's grown up, what he's grown up with, into the stuff that he's competed in and his mindset, I think, is just nuts.
Yeah. But yeah, Goggins' second book never finished.
Yeah. I've actually got it. I've bought it, but I haven't read it yet. I haven't started it. I need to. Okay, after this, that's my.
It's a slightly shorter
time,
but it's
you
get a lot of extra like kind of insights and just what happens after, because he's got this persona, right, of like is the toughest man alive, right? But now he gets to a point as he's aging.
Oh yeah.
Particularly like that makes it, well, you assume harder. So it's a kind of like a good insight of that. Do you think you're gonna do an ultra?
I do, yeah. So actually, one of, I guess, the plans next year is to do a different race or different event a month. So similar to what you've done. I've taken inspiration.
Oh, okay.
So,
nice.
I mean, it could go two ways, I guess. But definitely towards the end of the year, I would love to do an ultra. And one of my friends, she always goes back to Kenya. And she was telling me about this ultra, which is through like the African plains. I think it's in September. I can't remember the name of it.
Yeah.
But as soon as she told me that, I was like, yeah, I'm in. So if we can get that sorted, I think that would be so cool.
What a way to finish.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. So hopefully, fingers crossed that, we can sort that and get that booked in.
Nice. Well, I will say from my experience this year, the mental and emotional impact is worse than the physical.
Really?
Yeah. Like, I mean, in the beginning, like, sure, you're expecting it to be like it's gonna hurt, and it does. But then, like, putting yourself into that same mindset again and again, it's just like tiring. But it's possible, and I'm sure if you like really focus on that, like, you probably have a better experience than me. But
no, it definitely intrigues me because I really want to see the difference between doing an ultra and doing just like a half marathon or a regular. Because in my head, it's like an ultra, you can go a bit slower. Obviously, it's longer, but you can go a bit slower. So would it feel easier than pushing for like a half or a full? So I don't know. I really want to see kind of the difference.
That'd be really interesting for you, I think, because you have such a fast half marathon. Like, how would that transfer?
Yeah. So yeah,
I don't know if you can do it fasted.
What's that?
I don't know if you had to do it ultra fast.
Oh my gosh, no. Definitely not. No way.
Yeah.